Good evening, friends. Welcome to Eastern Academy, and we are into embedded system programming. As a part of the embedded system programming, we are discussing about C programming. As I have mentioned so many times, this is a very critical part. This is a skill. That's why I start at the beginning. We need to keep on practicing this. The more you practice C programming, the better you become an embedded system programmer. Both are connected exactly. So C programming on computers is generally called programming. C programming on electronics is called embedded system programming. So, and today we are getting to session 2. The last session, we discussed about general programming concept. What is programming? And today, let us get into the C programming and start seeing about few simple operations. That's enough. Actually, with that, you can write a good programs. Okay. So let us get into the board. As I used to say, wherever you have a doubt, please stop me. Okay. And this is a very simple skill. Keep practicing. Okay. This is not a knowledge. This is a skill. So it requires lots of practice. Without practice, you will never become you hear any number of lectures, you will not become a C programmer. But never worried about you have any doubts or anything. I am always available for. Okay, so let us start with that simple concept. As we repeatedly said, programming is you are going to break a very big task, going to a very big task into the or big task into the very small tasks. And is going to execute one by one sequentially. That's why it's called program. So you are going to somebody, the trick here is what this is what the meaning. That means that this person does not know how to do the task, the big task. He does not know. So what you are doing, whatever he knows, the small tasks, you know what exactly he knows. So you make this big task into small task. And give it to him. So this is called program. A small tasks. And this converting the big task into the small task, the process is called programming. Very unfortunately, we don't know our strength. We are all by default programmers. By birth, we are all programmers. Okay. We think this is something and we are losing it. Why we are losing it out? There's a big reason. Because this is a skill, not knowledge. By listening or by viewing, you cannot become a good programmer. To be a good programmer, you need to practice. If you hesitate to start the practicing, then you will never do that. Now let us think about two things. This guy, what does think he has? His ability you should know, because whatever steps you are giving, he is going to use it. What is his ability? His first ability is he has a memory. So he will be able to write and read. That's it. That is first ability. Second ability is, let us assume that Let us assume very small operation. He can do addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. In division, he does two type of operation. In division, he does two type of operation. One is coefficient, quotient. Other one is modulus or remainder. That means that if you ask him to do 45 divided by 6, his result will be 7. If you ask him to do 45 remainder 6, his answer will be 3, because this is a remainder. 7 6 are 42, then 45 remainder do. So that means that you can really do very well with C, with the programming, with about these 5 operators. You just need to know only 5 operators enough. You can do really wonders. You'll be very surprised. This is the first step. So now we know one thing. Now we know I can ask him to store anything he will store. So what happened? I don't worry where he stores. I give it a name. You store number 1. What value? 25. Then store 35 in number 2. And add the number 1 plus number 2. That means that the content of, see, this is what the trick. When you say number 1, don't worry where he saves. He stores somewhere. Number 2. Then you say number 1 plus number 2. Put the result on number 3. Understood? The only trick is, this is the common for all the programming concept. But we are going to discuss about C. So let us go by C rules. C rules. So whatever you are using, this one, number 1, number 2, number 3, you should define first. If you don't define, he will not accept it. So what we have to do initially is that we have to declare, I'm going to use number 1, number 2, number 3. And that has lots of types. Okay. One is fraction. One is integer. Okay. We are not worrying about fraction now. We are worrying about integer. So let us tell him this thing are integer. That means they are whole numbers. From negative n to positive n. Whole numbers. We are including 0. Let us take that only. We start very simple. Don't see. Here is a big problem. Everywhere we have been thinking that we are learning C programming, but we are learning C language. This is a set of rules. This is a set of rules. You people will master this at no time. I will bet. I can give you 100% guarantee. You will become master of C language. But the other one is really a practice, how much you practice. Same way, instead of full stop, they are given a semicolon. That's what they did it in the C rule. So this is what I'm telling first. Okay. Then we put some number 35 in number 1. But unfortunately, this symbol was not there in the keyboards those days. So what Dennis Ritchie said is he used this symbol. But normally we think it's equal to no. It is actually called assign. We are assigning 35 into 32 and put a semicolon for. That means that this number 1 somewhere. I don't know where it is. Please don't worry. Let me give anywhere the memory. Number 1 is a location. There I stored 35. I told him. Then I told him to store in number 2. This is actually this symbol only, but unfortunately they use this 25. Now at number 2 somewhere. Okay, don't worry, a thorough process. Now we will slowly go one by one. How I will finally explain to you that how exactly you write a program, how it goes. That we will see slowly, but don't get confused initially. Now you are learning and driving. Then you say number 1 plus number 2. The result you are assigning to number 3. That's it. This is what a simple, very simple C program by doing an addition operation. It's enough. But the problem is this. You write in English. Our man, no, our computer understand only binary numbers. Or he understands only machine language. So what we do here is we have a small part called translator. See, sometimes you get confused. These people, when they're inventing something, they wanted to give a unique name. To say that if I say translator, it's a very generic name. Translator is a very generic name. I can translate from English to Hindi or English to Telugu or English to Japanese or German to Tamil. Everything is called translation. So to differentiate this, I am translating to machine language from English. From English, I'm translating to machine language. They're given a unique name called compiler. Why they're given a compiler? Because that name itself is having a unique thing. It is not a single tool. It has multiple tools. That is, one is called compiler. Sorry, one is called preprocessor. We'll discuss about later all these things. Preprocessor. Other one is called compiler. Other one is called assembler. Other one is called linker. Other one is called loader. All these things are together is called compilation. So let us not worry about right now the confusion. We'll do that later. That's why they given a name called compiler. This is not without reason. But compiler, what it does is it's actually a translator. As I mentioned to you that one of the portion of the compiler is called assembler. So the last classes that we discussed, we convert from C to assembly, assembly to machine language, binary language. So we are going to write a C program called assembler and all in our later parts of application. Okay, so go slowly. We write a very good application in such a way that you understand the entire microprocessor or computer architecture. That is the one major advantage of C is the moment you start writing more C program, you will understand the entire hardware architecture. That's the reason C is still powerful. All the embedded system uses C because it is very close to the hardware. It's a very close to hardware. So many languages came: Java, C++, Python, and Go from this Google. So many languages came. Everybody thought all the language will reach the C. No, C is still closer to hardware. That's why still embedded system programming, 90% of programs are written in C. So we write in English. I write in English here. Int A, B, C. That means that I need 3 locations here. I need 3 locations. And I say A equal to 10. I start using T equal to because that's the way everybody does it. B equal to 20 is actually I'm assigning. You should read like this: assigning 10 to A, but that we always read from left to right. C equal to A plus B. This is what this guy does. Okay. And start with very simples. Now you can replace with this with any operators. You can replace any operators, negative, minus, multiply, or divide, or percentage. It's modulus. That is remainder. Remainder is a good word. Okay. That's actually, it gives you remainder. Now let us assume this guy don't have the remainder, for example, but I want the remainder. I'll give you two numbers. I give you A equal to 25, B equal to 6. I want the remainder, but this guy don't have this remainder function. Let us assume. Now, how do you get the remainder? It's a simple process. See here, I put another variable int A, B, C, and D. I add two more. Now I say C is equal to A divided by B. Sorry. A divided by B. What is this? This guy gives you only quotient. So when you divide by 25 by 6, you get 4 times. So this 4 will come to C. Now C becomes 4. That means that you have A, B, C, D. A become 25 because you are assigning. B becomes 6. Then C becomes A by B. But I have a division. I have a division. If you don't have a division, I can do multiple. We will discuss them. That also. That's nice. How do I do a division when I don't have actual division? Now here I have a division, but I don't have a modulus only. Then I say C equal to now 4. The 4 goes here. Because A by B is 4, not 4 pointer, because this is an integer, whole number. So we are not discussing about fraction. Now, trick here is D is equal to A, C multiplied by B. How much you get? What is C? C is now 4. And B is how much? 6. 6 into 4 is 24. So D becomes 24. Now I say E. E equal to A minus D. What is A? 25. What is D? 24. So 25 minus 24 equal to 1. So E becomes 1. That is what remainder. You understand now? This is called program. Now I don't have the if I have this modulus operator, I could use 1 second. C is equal to A modulus B. Am I right? If you don't have the operator, then I have to do the steps. These few steps you have written. C is equal to A divided B, and D is equal to C multiplied by B. E is equal to A minus D. So instead of doing a single operation, you did now 3 operations. This is called program. Slowly practicing, slowly. It's just a very, very simple task. I bet with the very short time, you will become a good programmer. But what is your hand is start. You send me one message. I am unable to start. That is enough. I'll help you. That says that you are starting. The moment you send a message, I am unable to start. That is sufficient. I'll be able to help you to start. Okay. I have multiple methods. One method is I can share. I have a small programs written in our pen, the Google Drive. I can share it to you. That by seeing that, you will be getting an idea how the programs are written. Okay. Here is a problem. The problem is what you have written is a program, but our compiler, who is a translator, he needs some extra information. Okay, that extra information is he always start with a name called main. He always start with a name called main. So that compiler is looking for main. That means that he does not know where to start. Where should I do the first instruction? So he looks for the name called main. So you have to always start with this main. Don't this we'll discuss about when we discuss about functions. And we also have to return integer. That's why we call int main. So this can be anything. But normally for the main function, we write int. That means that at the end of it, while you are finishing the whole thing, the compiler will put an integer and give it to the operating system. Don't let us not go in depth. See, these are all rules. See, please understand these are all rules. These are not programs. Don't worry initially till you become good at programming. Don't worry about. I'll explain all of the things. What is meant by int main? What is meant by void main? What is called function prototypes? Those things. The problem is, if we do this once, int ABC, A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, C is equal to A plus B. This is happening everything on your brain. But what is the interface with the outside world? So what they have done is, with this guy, we have connected a keyboard and monitor. We have two of them, keyboard and monitor. So using the keyboard and monitor, you can give the input to him and he will give you the outputs. This is called input. This is called output. So I can write a program like this. See here, I can write a program, get A, B. C is equal to A plus B. Put C. Am I right? The same thing our man has written. Who? There is Richie. Slightly different way. Instead of get, he has written scanf. F means function. Scan means scan the keyboard. You have so many buttons are there. Scan them. That's why they given a name called scanf. Later we will write our own scanf. I'll teach you how to write the functions. Then you're supposed to give %d. We will discuss later. This is called for decimal. %d means, but you can take multiple inputs. Right now, don't worry. Right now, use only this. So certain things has to be learned and keep it with you. Then slowly we'll get into the thing. Then you are going to use declared int A, B, C. Am I right? Now let us take A alone. So we should give and A. This is what the rule of scanf. If you give only A, it does not work. You have to put this ampersand symbol. Okay, that I'll tell you later what is this. So first don't worry about certain formats of C. These are all C rules. We'll discuss about these things later. There's a big confusion. Unless I wish you start everything, I will not drive. Since I don't understand everything, I don't drive. Since I don't drive, I don't understand. I don't want this loop. What I want is, first, don't worry about how the car is working. Start driving. Once you start driving, you get confident. Then you'll start learning. Then better. This is a cycle. So this is what slowly like this. You have to go like this. So what we are going to concentrate now is not get. We are not worried about that. Same way for this one, output, we say printf. Print means printing on the monitor. F means function. That's the reason they have started. Don't. It is not like your language. I told you now. Every language is having a word. Okay. Why somebody has written this is go? Why go means going or walking? That we don't know. That's language defined. Same way. In our case, the C language is defined by Dennis Ritchie. So he defines some rules. Better we follow the rules. Ultimately, if you have any problem in the C, his Bible is his rules are the Bible. Final one. Now I put %D, comma A. Here you can give A. Here you put and A. These are all the certain rules. Now you write a program. Now you read scanf and B. You take one more. Then you start doing anything. C is equal to A plus B or A minus B or whatever operation you do here. D is equal to A multiplied by C. You do anything. It doesn't matter. So please understand, already they have given who? The C compiler. He understand. You don't have to write. If you give A, the C compiler will put the thing on the monitor. So let us go like this, one by one. I have somebody who does the processing. Then I communicate with the processing using a keyboard, and he communicates with me using monitor. And this processing unit is having a small memory. You can use it to store anything. And you write a program, scanf scanf then you say C is equal to A plus B. Start with simple, then printf. So instead of code full stop, we put semicolon here. And instead of this symbol, we are using the equal to. Now, this is what your main program. This is what you have to write. Don't worry about other things. Now what happened? Since you use A, B, and C, I declared int A, B, C. Here, so many things are there. Let us not worry about them now. Let us talk about only int integer. Enough. Because we are doing programming. We are not talking about grammar. If you ask about next level, I'll say that don't use int. I'll say that like C language, I said int, sorry, char or short or long or this one, long. But right now I'm discussing. So please understand, we are discussing two of them. One is called programming. Other one is grammar. That's language. Never get confused with the language with the programming. In programming, it's very simple. Use very little and do big. Now we say int main. Do this curly bracket. So this is, but the problem is when I give this to the compiler, he get confused. He says that I understand you declared ABC. I understand you declared C is equal to A plus B. I accept all these things. But you start with main, so I accept. Everything he accepts. But unfortunately, he said that I am unable to understand scanf and printf. because these two are not, he does not know. So what we do here is we start this program with hash include okay, this is called header file, which tells the compiler how I'm going to use two functions called printf and scanf. That's all. Okay. There's a big confusion. This is called header file. The other one is called library. I'm not discussing now. We will discuss later. There are two differences. So let us not worry about the thing very in depth of this. By defining this stdio.h, we are telling the compiler, hey, I am using these two functions, printf and scanf. Into me. Scanf. That's it. But these are all very simple. But where your trick here is this. Getting the input is easy. Giving the output is easy. But in between, you are going to do process. The process is called this compilation, this one, your program. That's why always when I give a problem, I say / your program here. Start writing the program. Never hesitate to do with the very small operators. Never hesitate. We always have a problem. We always think that how do I write a big one and everything? Don't worry. Start with very small. Start with very small, and make sure that you understand him so perfectly. This is one of the biggest task is that you have to build a relationship with him. You and this computer, you have to build a relation, the bond. That means that at one point, whatever you tell him, he will do that. That stage you have to reach. That comes only by practicing at least 1 hour per day. And start doing a simple programs. Don't think, oh, I have to do only a gate program. No, never do that. Please, repeatedly, I'm telling you, why I'm telling you repeatedly is that I have seen thousands of people. They do mistakes is everybody wanted to climb the ladder faster and stop at somewhere. Don't do that. That you are not here for that. You have come here to achieve a big goal. Okay, big goal. So you better do it slowly but steadily and achieve the top. There's nobody is pushing you. You are not in a race. When you do a skill development, you are not in a race. But for example, you start today. You do it for 2 months. Understand? And so fast everything, you know, at the end of 2 months, you don't have a good idea. But you do now slowly, you achieve in 3 months. Understood? Here, you will get a very good job. This guy have to wait even 1 month, he will not, because he did everything fast and he forgot everything. So every problem, that's why we have a multiple stages. The first stage, I have about some 35 problems, where the level 1, then level 2, another 20 problem like that. Then this time I'm going to keep more problems. Depends on your wish. If you want to practice more, I'll give you more problems. So this is the easy step of programming. Simple operation. We are not, understand one thing. During this programming, we have only this thing. we are going to use only int. Don't worry about other things. char, short, long. Don't worry about anything. Use only int. You can use any number of variables. It means that there's a position in the memory. You use any amount of memory. It doesn't matter. That's why they call this as a variable. Because you can change it. You say a equal to 10. At the a position, 10 will be written. Then you say a equal to 20. 20 will be written here. So that's why they call this as they call these things as a variable. Okay. And this process is called declaration. That is, you are declaring to compiler. To compiler, I'm going to use this 5 variables. Please allocate me a space there. That's it. Then we are going to use only 5 operations. Like integer, we are going to use opposite integer is float. See that there are so many things. Integer, float. In integer, there are 4 types. Char, short, long, long. In float, there are 3 types. Single and double, long double. We are not going to bother about this. Okay. Out of 7, we're going to just use int. That's it. That is for programming. But when the C language session comes, I will discuss about this. So this is because this is all about rules and grammar. That's the one area normally we get confused, because we normally don't like grammar or rules, because we don't want somebody to push you. You have to behave like that. Wake up at morning 6 and evening night sleep at 9. We don't like. Okay, even if our parents tell us, am I right? Like that. We want to be very independent. That's why we don't like grammars. I want to speak as I wish, but very unfortunately, all the compilers are written based on the standard given by Dennis Ritchie. So you write your C program as you wish. If you give it to the compiler will not convert it to binary. He'll give error, I don't understand. Since you're going to use the compiler which is developed based on the Dennis Ritchie's C language, you better follow the rules. And also, it is good to start with the paper. I don't mind to write with paper. Start with paper and make sure that you can able to write it later, move it to the computer. When you start writing download the compiler or use the online compiler. Okay, I told you now, well, you can use either code block or Visual Studio or div C++. Please don't use turbo C++, because generally when you go to interview, if you say turbo C, then people don't like it. They think that you're in the college, still you're not come to the industry. And in the online, there are so many things. One of them is that I think online GDB. And lot more compilers are there. N number. You don't today, you have thousands. You can do anything as you wish. Yeah, fantastic. Use Notepad. That's a very good one. I used initial days VI and GCC. Perfect. You can use any compiler. That's fine. But how do you? Notepad is an editor. How do you compile? You need to compile it. You need to convert it. Correct. So somebody using online GDB, that's fine. Okay. The only problem is later when you're trying to measure the performance or using GCC, it's very good. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah. Yeah, I was using VA. I was using Linux. So VA plus GCC. And you are using Notepad and GCC. That's correct. These are all development, man. You can use anything. But ultimately, one thing, you should be able to type a program and compile. This is a very, very simple task. Don't get bogged on this. If you say that I'm not able to compile, let me know. I'll start helping it out. So I wish you start doing it paper initially also. I don't mind, but later slowly move on to computer. That's very good because when you start writing complex program, I'll say that I calculate the time taken by your program. You may have to optimize the code. Your program might be taking about 1 hour. I may ask you to reduce it to 1 minute. Then you may have to change the program. So you should be able to have a computer. So we are using integer in the declaration. Even though so many things are there, we use only integer. The same way in the operators, we use only addition, subtraction, multiplication, division quotient, and division modulus. There is division remainder. These 5 are enough. Then there were so many things are there. We use alphabets and we use symbols. We use symbols. We use correct. No, it accepts. Who said it does not accept? It accepts percentage D. I'll show you now. At the end of the maybe final minutes, I'll show you that. I'll write that. That day I showed you people how it accepts. Character is integer, it accepts percentage D, please. Okay. If possible, let me, because I have to clarify this doubt at the earliest. That's why I'm trying to get the program immediately. I don't want it to, because a lot of people have this concept. One minute, I'm just typing. I'll just do the thing. 1 minute. Let me share it. Okay, you see my program, am I right? I've written a very small program just to explain to you. I say character A, CHARA, and scanf percentage D. I use percentage D and A. Then I put printf A. I've done a CHARA. Understand? So clear. Now let me compile it. So compiled, I'm going to execute it. I type 89. I got 89. So it is neither giving compilation error. See that 0 errors and 0 warnings. Am I right? And it also ran. Whatever character I type, it gave print it. Am I right? So no confusion. Thanks. That's it. We have to make sure. That's why I ask you that whenever you have a doubt, tell us. We will compile it immediately and see it, because this will help not only you, others also. Now everybody will understood that hey, CHAR is a integer. It's not a character. Am I right? This is the first concept you need to understand. CHAR is an integer. Declaration itself. That's a problem we have. Okay, so let's go back to the board. And the problem here is this. I have mentioned that you declare the variable A. I say A equal to 10, A equal to 20, like that. But B, A, B or memory location. But what is stored here is a binary. So this is, see, when you say A equal to 20, B is equal to 20, we take equal to reference. On the left side is called LHS, left hand side. This is called RHS side, right hand side. The LHS side is always binary. This case is always binary. That's why binary is stored here. So please understand, LHS is binary. In the RHS can be anything. It can be 10. That is called, if you put it like this, that is called 10 decimal. Or it can be 0x10. That's called 10 hexadecimal. We'll discuss later in C language. Then 010. That is called 10 octal. Then we put within single quote 0. This is called symbol. Or we can call nowadays, we call 0B. 0010110001. This is called binary. Originally, this was not there in Dennis Ritchie, but it is there today. We're going to discuss in the next session on the C language about this. But don't worry about this initially. While you are programming, you assume that right now, right hand RHS is decimal. Left hand side is binary. That's it. So that's why I'm telling you, we have about 22 operators. Out of 22, we are using only how much? 5 while programming, not all of them. This is what the trick. While you're learning programming, please understand, while you're learning programming, there's a big conceptual difference between you and me. You think that I have to know all the language to write a program. Am I right? That's why most of you start reading the C language book before start programming. But that is not needed. Okay, that will confuse you. The moment you know too many operators and too many things, you will not be able to write a program. Don't do that. Know very little. Very little C. Very little C language. That's why I say, see, I've told here in the declaration type, you have CHAR, char, short, long, and float. So many things. I say, don't worry. Learn only about integer, enough. Same way, out of 22 operators, use only the 5 operators. Enough. Don't worry about them. We will discuss about other operators later. Same way, on the LHS, RHS, we have 5 types: decimal, octal, hexadecimal, symbol, binary. Don't worry about this. See, the trick is, now you are going to learn programming. Okay, not don't put your mind so many things in your brain. Don't put all this waste. They will learn it everything very simple. Okay. The same way, this is called declaration. This is called operation. This is called assignment. So declaration. Next one is assignment. That is, you are assigning a value. You declared first, then you are putting a value there. Then you are using operator. That is what this. You're going to use the operators. Only 5 operators. And the third one is decision. If you know this, you have done. You can write my programs up to 35 problems. You can do very well if you know up to this. That you concentrate on that. So this is the way the C programming has to be learned, not the other way. Not when you try to learn too much of C language, you get confused. That is a way, that's a reason in colleges when they learn this, most of the people are teaching you C language. I'm repeatedly telling you that don't have a too much concentration on C language. You should all your focus should be on C programming. Okay. Now the another thing I'll tell you, it's a very simple one, which whatever you would like to understand it. Otherwise, we'll discuss on next session also, coming days, coming another week. That is on next Monday, coming Monday. That's very simple. Normally we say when you write a program, A is equal to 10, B equal to 20. Simple condition. There's a one statement called if. They are about if A, what you will check. You put A 10, what you will check. You put, let's say, for example, C is equal to A plus B. You will check if. We'll discuss more in depth later. This I'm discussing that you can able to use some programming if you are trying on this weekend. So if A less than 40, that means that you are checking. Now what about you added 10 and 20, you got 30. You are checking. There are 5 types of checking. The checking is like this. If I say like this, if A less than 40, I ask the question, is A is less than 40? Same way, if A greater than 40, is A is greater than 40. If A double equal to 40, see here, I ask, is A is equal to 40? If I say if A exclamatory mark and equal to 40, we call is A is not equal to 40. Then A less than or equal to 40 is A is less than or equal to 40. If A greater than or equal to 40, is A is greater than or equal to 40. That's all. Only this 6 decision making. If you know, you are a great programmer. You'll be surprised. You will be surprised. The question have a 2 answers. The question have a 2 answers. True or false. That's it. The question has an answer called true or false. That's it. what you will do with the true, what you will do with the false. That's it. So now you do this checking any variable. I say if a less than 40, a true means it will come. Else is true, this is false. These are all small C rules. Go back and watch the video when you have started doing a programming. You will get an idea. This is all just a concept. That's nothing great. Sometime, if you don't want, you can do that also. See, like this. Let us assume like I say int A, B, and C. A equal to 50. C is equal to 60. B is equal to A. C is equal to A plus B. Now I'm asking, is A is less than 40? No, it is false. Because C is now 110. Is it 40? No. So what happened? This will not do here. It will directly come here. Printf. Now it will get the printf of 110. Or you may do the thing. If you say here, if you say C is equal to 20, and here you say 10 and 20. See, when you add 10 and 20, C becomes 30. Then if C is less than 40, it's true. It comes down. Okay. And I give you one more statement now, but I'll explain to you that the if and other statement, I'll explain to you much more. This is a very simple. In the whole program, you have one option. I told you, you have a step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This, I told you that the computer will go step by step, but you have the provision to bypass. You can say now, anywhere, every line you can have a label. Every line you may call line 1, line 2. You can give a label. That's your wish. Line 3, line 4. You can give a label like this. Then here you write a program. Am I right? A is equal to 10, B equal to 20, C is equal to 30, A plus B. Printf. From anywhere, you can jump to anywhere. I can say like here, for example, I can say here, go to line 4. See that? Now, this guy will first execute line 1, A is equal to 10. Then he will go to line 4. Here I say B is equal to 30. Line 5. Whatever it is, I don't want. You go sequentially. C is equal to A plus B. You write here anything, I don't mind. But it will go to the line. So you can bypass, you can say go to line 1. It can go back. I can go either forward or backward, whatever it is. But only thing is you could use the go to. So this if and go to, if you understand well, you be a very good programmer. Maybe you may not have now got it thoroughly. Don't worry. Next class on Monday, I'll discuss about very thoroughly about this decision making. Till the time, try the other problems, please. Initial problems. I'll start giving you without decision making problems. Let's start trying. The beauty here is this. The beauty here is yeah, you can use go to. Yeah, you write a program anywhere. For example, I say int ABC. I say a label called loop. Say I say, see, A is equal to 10. So A is equal to 1. I say loop. I check if A is less than 10. I check. Initially 1. True. It will come down. I'll say printf percentage %d, comma, A. Okay, it prints 1. Then I'll say A is equal to A plus 1. Go to loop. Enough. It goes. It's a program. Okay, I can show this program now. As we mentioned always, we will let me share the screen. I'll show you this program. Then you will believe it. I write a program now. Forget about this. A equal to 1, 2, if am I right? So it is a small program. Okay, let us compile it. See, 0 errors. You should get always 0 errors and 0 warnings. That means that your program is right. Now we execute it. Oh, sorry, I did a mistake now. You know that. You know what mistake I've done. I forgot to increment the A, so it is always 1. A is equal to A plus 1. So that's why it's always A is less than 10. It is printing now. See, 1 to 9. That's when they become 10, it will get out. These are perfect. If you could able to understand this, then you can do wonderful programmers. Actually, while beginners have to start using the this one. Hey, sorry. You see that? Do you see the screen now? Sorry, I don't know. I'm not a. I thought I shared the screen. Do you see the screen now? So, yeah, thanks. I thought I have not shared it. So this is a simple program. See, we think everything's simple, but please, I'll tell you one thing. The whole C is simple. There is a small method. The small process is there. Like a skill. You need a trainer. You need a coach. That's why you always consult with me. I'll be able to help you out. How to start, how to do that. Where do you do a mistake? If you start writing a program and send me, I will tell you where is the fault. But if you're not writing a program, I don't know where you are. The more you write a program and send it to me, I'll be able to help you out. Okay. So I think with this, let us, only we are late by 5 minutes. It doesn't matter. We'll take a small break and come back to the C language class.